Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Karen. I am doing another upload on black fraternities and sororities. Um, I recently got another book called Black Haze, and we're still examining whether or not um, black organizations were based on Christian principles. Now, in a previous video, we talked about the different types of discriminations that happened during that time. And so, you know, the main question or the main gist of it is, there's all different types of arguments for these organizations, but going back to the foundation, we're going to look at whether or not they had enough knowledge to know whether or not what they were doing was Christian or not, as well as certain things like the history of it, and that's essentially it, because those are the two main arguments, the history of it, and it was based on Christian principles. We're going to look at it where it was then, how it was founded, and where it's at today, and if it's necessary. Now, I'm going to read an excerpt from the book first before we get started. It's called Black Haze. And it says, in actuality, many men who joined Black Greek fraternities may not have had any powerful racial identification, loyalty, or strong desire to change the political environment for the black collective. So that statement is basically saying they didn't really want to change the atmosphere. It wasn't like, they were like trying to help out the African American race. So that's another question that we can just stop right there in terms of the history. They said there was a rich history in the organizations, the Black Greek letter fraternities and sororities, but I mean, if this is a rich history that we should be proud of, wouldn't you think the history we should be proud of is that they were trying to change change the black collective during their time? Like, wouldn't that be the history that we're proud of? America, let's be real, y'all. America has a history. And everybody wants to talk about America has American history. America has this history as well. Well, slavery was a part of American history, and nobody wants to talk about slavery. So we can't just say that, Black Greek letter organizations had a rich history, because, their history, the foundation of it is basically for not, if they were not trying to elevate the black race. The only reason why it states here as well is why they came up with a Black Greek letter organizations such as fraternities and sororities is because they were not accepted by the white counterparts. And, that offered collegiate activities, and they wanted something that offered similar collegiate activities as the white counterparts. I mean, are we, in terms of history, are we talking about the fact that they were able to create it, or are we talking about, the richness of them trying to change the environment? Because you'll also hear people say, well, they helped contribute to so much stuff. And there's another book that I have, and they'll say that they were a part of helping the community and, education. But it just says here that they really didn't care about the black collective. So it's just very clear to me now that, maybe this history that we're talking about for Black Greek letter organizations in terms of fraternities and sororities, maybe the history is not so rich. I mean, we really need to think critically here and think about it. The book also states here is that in media today, the same book is very, very good. The same book talks about how we're not able to think critically in today's society because the media has been dumbed down, and I see it in all forms of media, in terms of the music, the I don't read magazines, but hey, everything. So, that was my question for today. How rich is the history if they weren't even trying to change the status quo of the black people when they first decided to build these organizations, and they just basically wanted the same thing as their white counterparts. Um, and that's my question for today. Um, I was going to go into the Christian perspective or Christian principles as well, but we can do that tomorrow. All right, guys, have a good day. Bye.